Latest from Shinedown on the Valley's Best Rock, 105.1 The Blaze. It is time to talk some movies. Justus is here. Let's bring Justus to the movies.
The movie industry is made up of two separate but equally important groups. The theaters who display the movies and the critics who overvalue their opinions. These are our reviews. The Morning Blaze is bringing justice to the movies.
Welcome back, sir.
What's up, dude?
For Bring Justice to the Movies Home Edition. Since the theaters have been closed, we've been trying to find you movies you may have missed or things that have been available for you to watch at home. We watched two movies this week. I watched one, Justus watched one. I'm going to get mine out of the way pretty quick because I wouldn't really recommend it, to be honest. I watched the new Steve Carell movie. It's called Irresistible.
Yeah.
And it's a political comedy. And you have to be really, really into like politics to really think this is enjoyable. And I kind of am. So, I could get it, but, I watch enough of the news as it is that I really didn't need
more
it again.
Yeah.
It's written by Jon Stewart. He's the guy behind it, and, of course, you probably remember him from The Daily Show, so you kind of get the vibe where all this is going. And it's not that it didn't have funny moments. It's not that it wasn't, well put together. And there is a twist at the end that you might not see coming, but it's just, the whole thing was just kind of meh to me. Mm. And I don't think I'd feel comfortable saying, hey, you know what, go watch this movie this weekend, because then you're going to call me and be like, bro, that wasn't fun. And I would feel bad. So if it's on, then sure, but I wouldn't say, hey, go check it out.
So why was it called Irresistible?
I don't know if I can tell you that without giving away the end if someone does want to watch it, because it really didn't make a whole lot of sense why. You think you know why, and then at the end you totally kind of get it. What the movie's about, and this will be just to kind of get this out of the way, what the movie's about is Steve Carell plays a political consultant who worked on the Hillary Clinton campaign, and obviously they lose. So he's back to square one, trying to find a Democratic candidate to run that he can get behind. And he finds this guy in I forget what state they're in already. That's how much I was paying attention.
Great.
So whatever. Wisconsin. They're in Wisconsin. He finds some guy in Wisconsin. And you seem like he's too good to be true. So that's kind of the irresistible. But it ends up being something else. It becomes more about money and politics, and the whole thing is a charade.
Oh, yeah. We don't need to watch that.
It's not, yeah. No, I would say pass. But you watched a movie that I watched earlier in the week that I really enjoyed. You watched Upgrade, that I think people may have slept on. Tell people about Upgrade, Justus.
This movie's wild. It takes place in a future that I absolutely fear.
Okay.
This is my nightmare scenario here. Everything's pretty much run by, I don't know, self-driving technology, basically.
Computers run everything.
Yeah, computers run everything.
Including people.
Yeah. So it seems like the one person left in the world that's super old school, because it opens with him working on a
Trans Am.
Trans Am. So it's this dude's like a mechanic, and then his wife pulls up in the self-driving car, or she's having a conference call or something like that. So he goes and drops off one of the cars he was working on for somebody, and on the way back, the car malfunctions and takes them to, I guess, a bad part of town. And car flips. These guys run up, kill his wife, and paralyze him from the neck down, so he's a paraplegic after that. Then there's this rich tech guy. He's like, yo, I got this thing I can put into your neck to bridge the gap, and you can be functional again.
Sounds good.
So he goes for it. He goes for it, and then the thing starts talking to him. And
it's a computer chip that takes him that takes control of him. That's how
when he
how it
wants
works.
It to.
Okay.
When he allows it permission, it takes over. And when it takes over, it goes freaking nuts on people.
Yeah.
These fight scenes are crazy. The stuff that's happening. He cuts a guy's head in half with a knife.
Yeah, my daughter saw that scene. Unfortunately, that was not planned. That was the first big action sequence, and she happened to walk in the room. That wasn't the greatest thing ever. That was bad parenting.
That was no bueno on your end. But no, it was a really good movie. I liked it. It was a cool concept. Again, something I genuinely fear in the future.
Not a lot of original style concepts.
Yeah.
It didn't seem super. I mean, it's far-fetched, but not super far-fetched. Kind of plausible with the way things are going right now. A good action movie that I thought people slept on. If you were asking me what movie you should watch this weekend, between the two we watched, I would definitely say Upgrade.
Definitely check out Upgrade. It's really cool. Like I said, the fight scenes. And kudos to that actor. Logan Marshall Green, I think is his name.
No idea who he was.
Kudos to that dude, because it is really hard to, I'd imagine, to do all those choreography moves and just have a face of I don't know
Justus
what's happening.
couldn't even do it without punching the microphone.
Yeah,
so
just hit the mic.
That shows you
there you go.
Shows you how hard that's going to be.
But yeah, every move was in the Matrix when Neo's just.
If I could say one more thing about Upgrade, the end is actually a little surprising.
Yeah, it's a pretty good
not
twist.
Going to spoil that either, but the end, even when you think you figured it out, the very end you might not actually see coming. So I really enjoyed that as well.
It's a nice little twisty.
Justus, well done, sir. Hope you enjoyed the movie because I did as well. If you're going to pick a movie this weekend, watch Upgrade.
For sure.
It's better than Irresistible.
Yeah.
The movie industry is made up of two separate but equally important groups. The theaters who display the movies and the critics who overvalue their opinions. These are our reviews.